Hi, this is Majin, and here's my comic pull list for March 14th, 2018. Got lots of stuff. First up is the Demon Bear saga. So if you want to know what's going on with the New Mutants movie, this is what you need to get. This trade just basically has the three issues of New Mutants, and there's a couple issues of X-Force that deal with the Demon Bear. Or you can go the other route and buy like New Mutants Volume 2 or 3 or whatever volume it's in. And maybe it could even be 1. I just didn't want to go that route because I didn't want to have, like Volume 1 or Volume 2 staying on my trade when there's more. Just give me this, and this is all. I'm happy with just this. All right. Next up is the Epic Collection Thor, Wrath of Odin. This is a old trade, trade of old issues that basically were going back to Lee and Kirby. So as you can see, like the artwork is like, I like the artwork. Maybe not everybody will, especially some of the new kids out there, But it's Kirby was definitely ahead of his time when he was illustrating for Marvel, and some of the Thor stuff is really, really good. I would recommend getting this if you're a Thor fan or art. You're looking for artwork. Now, the other thing is, when I was looking around Amazon and these Epic collections, there's two things I noticed. One is the artwork on the cover does not always match the artwork inside. Now, this is kind of similar in the sense that it matches close to the style of the time period. Not Kirby's art, but the style of the time period. Other ones, though, it's radically different. So be careful if you don't judge the book by the cover. Make sure if you're using Amazon, do the look inside thing to see what the artwork looks like, if that matters to you. Because it could be there's times where, it's kind of like night and day. Two, Amazon does have a bunch of sales time to time for trades, Marvel trades, and specifically on the Kindle. So you can find a trade like this, as you can see, that's a lot of pages, dirt cheap. So keep your eyes out for that. Okay. Next up, like I said, I have lots of stuff. I got manga. I have some of the best manga that the world has ever seen before. First up, Akame Got Kill, 0, Part 6. Dun, dun, dun. Then there is, So, I'm a spider. So what? Girl gets killed. She doesn't know how, why. She just vaguely remembers she was in the classroom. The next thing she knows, she's resurrected as a cute pink spider in this very dangerous world. She has her kind of like human memories, so she's kind of like a step ahead of other spiders. I read a little bit. It was entertaining. I look forward to the journey a little bit more. Next up, Devilman versus Hades. If you watch the Netflix Devilman Crybaby, this is something that might interest you. The artwork is kind of violent, as you can see. I have to be careful because God knows what's going to be in one of these. But very violent. Basically what happened is Hades takes over everything. And most of humanity's dead. There's demons running everywhere. And Devilman is on the case. There is going to be massive death. I can promise you that. Massive death. Next up. You remember that time I got reincarnated as a slime. A guy gets killed. And he is resurrected as a slime. So if you're Dragon Quest, Dragon Knight fan, you'll know that slimes are like the weakest thing. Those are the things you level up the power up from 1 to 2. So he gets resurrected as a slime. But this is not an ordinary slime because he retains things. He retains some memories. And he befriends somebody of power. And they have a party, shenanigans happens, and the next thing you know, this is the most powerful slime in the universe. I also got volume 2. Now, I've read most of part 1. Very good. Very entertaining. There's an anime coming out soon. Recommend. Totally recommend. And finally, for the manga at least, I got Delicious Dungeon, Volume 1. So, the basic premise is adventurers go into the dungeon and they're hungry. You know, it's like killing monsters. It builds up an appetite. And, you know, what do? Well, you have a cook. And this cook knows how to take animal parts. You know, like some moss, scorpion tail, you know, some slime, and maybe a minotaur leg. And mix it all together with some spices. And poof, you got a delicious, nutritious meal that gives you added benefits, you know, like hit points and attack bonuses type thing. Resistance to poison. I've read the first couple chapters and I like it. So I'm really hopeful that this will be a good story. Okay. All I gotta say about those 3 there, you'll never see Marvel or DC come up with a title like that, ever. Ever. That's why you buy manga. Alright, first up, Batman Detective Comics. It's $9.76. I love this cover. I mean, look, you have Tim Drake. Batman, I trusted you and I never trust you again. And then you have Batman like, grrr, get out of the Batcave, Tim. You know, and it's just like this here. I'm telling you, it's a classic cover from like the past. This is the exact same type of nonsense that appeared. You have this conflict. You have somebody spewing something really like obnoxious, and then you have, you know, the hero like type thing. Fantastic. I really love this cover more than, I mean, you might think I'm joking about it, but I really do love this cover because it's just awesome. Okay, basically what's going on in this is this. The Bat family's collapsing. You know, obviously Bruce and Tim. Bruce can't be a good dad. He just doesn't have what it takes. He's good at punching, but he's not good at talking to his, you know, sons, quote unquote. And so that there's that part. Then you have Cassandra rallying her troops because, you know, well, Batman has Gotham. We can form a peace force that could do good around the world. Are you guys with me? And it's rah, rah, rah. And, you know, where have we heard this before? Certainly from a Batman book. But it was good. I mean, it was entertaining. It wasn't the best thing. I think the most interesting part to this is Cassandra with, you know, because she thinks that because they killed Clayface, you know, because he tried to be good, but he couldn't. You know, he went crazy, but not because of him. It was because of villains. And they killed him. And she's associating Batwoman killing Clayface with Batman and everybody else in on that. So that there is the interesting story. This story, we've seen this 1,000 times. Cassandra Cain going with Azrael and, you know, Batwing and those guys. We've seen that story 1,000 times. The real meat of the story is Cassandra, and DC is the writer is going to miss that. I mean, they'll bring it up every now and then, but that's the story that they should focus on because that's the story where, I mean, you can devote chapters to, or, you know, issues to, and really grow it and develop it because that's the one where you can turn Cassandra from kind of like a B, well, not even a B, she's more like a D level character right now, into somebody really strong. And, you know, whether or not she supports Batman or not, they can really put her through a journey of trust and, you know, exploring what that means. And that's the meat. Everything else we've seen 1,000 times. And we already know what the outcome is. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of nonsense. Okay, Hal Jordan. Zod's Will. Green Lantern Corps. 40. And the ring shall break him. That there sounds like I'm at church. I mean, it's not like that's what it sounds like. Anyways, people I think will enjoy it because there's a lot of fighting. I think that this is a good attempt at fighting. A fight like this, a Green Lantern and Zod. I mean, Jesus, man. If this was like One Piece or Naruto, this would be like 6 months. And they would hit us over the head with it so much that we wouldn't want to see this fight anymore. But that's how good this thing could be. And, I don't know who this guy is, but he's coming. Superman seems pleased for some reason. Overall, like I said, it's an okay book. There's just a lot of fighting, and the whole point of this, it's like basically 20 pages of battling, Lanterns getting beat, they get a good move here and there, and then the whole point is bring back Hal. And for some reason, Hal, because he's the man with the most strongest willpower in the universe, can beat Zod and his family. So, it is what it is. Vampironica. First Blood, #1. I don't know why I bought this. I really don't. I mean, I like Archie Horror, The Afterlife, and I like Sabrina. The rest of this stuff is just kind of trash. The art's okay at times, but it's just not even what I would consider good, especially when you compare it to Sabrina. Sabrina's artwork is amazing. This is just, we got somebody who's good, and but he's not the greatest. Like, in time, could this person get good? Yeah, but I think it could be better. And it's basically her origin story as to how she became a vampire, but she's not really a vampire. Like, yeah, she's a vampire, but she's like a vampire hunter because she does not want to embrace the vampire side, the monster side, because she has her choice, she has her chance. But I bet you if that was Archie instead of Reggie, naughty things could have occurred. Finally, Sideways, #2. The New Age of Heroes. I'm kind of liking it. I mean, basically, we got a little bit of here's the hero, and this is what some of his pros and cons are. Then we get his first villain type thing, and it's an interesting book so far. I'm really enjoying it. We're getting more family dynamics between Sideways, his mom, and why his mom's being overprotective. And, I find it kind of refreshing in the sense that we're learning a new character. It's kind of like, and I feel bad for writers sometimes because, when you have, like, Flash, Wonder Woman, Batman, Cap and Superman and Spidey and all those guys, it's like they all feel like they have to do something different and unique and reinvent the characters and stuff. But the problem is they can't stray too far from the path. And so it's kind of like we already know about these characters. We know everything there is. So they try to trick us with stuff like, oh, look at this. This person came from the past. Who would have guessed? And they try to do stuff like that. But here is fresh characters. We have Sideways. We have, what's her name? Silence or whatever. And there's a few other ones that have yet to come out. Brimstone, I think, is another one. Damage. And, they're fresh, brand new characters that we've never seen before. So we're able to learn who these characters are. We're able to learn, their family dynamics. And, they're all going to be a little bit different. Some similarities, some differences. But the fact is that we're learning about them fresh. Like every time we see something new with an interaction between one of these characters and a friend, family member, work, even villains, it's kind of like a surprise. What are they going to do, type thing? How are they going to react? So, while we can guess certain things, it's just that we know Spider-Man's always going to. I'm never going to give up. Nobody's going to die type attitude. Captain America is going to do truth, justice, the Hydra way. Okay, not really Hydra anymore. It's Cap, American way now. It's what I mean. It's like things like that. Batman, I won't use a gun. I won't kill you, but I'm going to scare you to make you stop, intimidate you. So while there's nothing wrong with any of those things, I just think that this is the opportunity that I think DC has done some good characters, fresh start, and you're never going to be able to get another chance like this to learn about a character for a long time, type thing, at least from the major publishers. So this is my pull list for the week. I would highly recommend. Like I said, I've read a couple chapters of that. Really good. And I would really recommend the time they got reincarnated as a slime. I mean, it's kind of entertaining, actually, because this slime is like, he's just going around and he's like conquering and taking over things and making allies. But if you really want death and destruction, right here. Just go to Google. Devilman versus AIDS. Add to cart. And then check out. Fill in your information. Boom. You'll have it within a couple days if you have Prime. And I would... See, I'm afraid to look. I'm afraid to open this because, there's so much nudity and, like, insane death and stuff. I don't want you guys to get traumatized. Highly recommend it, though. Highly. Anyway, there's a new manga coming out in the States. It's called under the effect of, oops, I turned the wrong person into a magical girl. Demon invading. Imagine Sailor Moon demons. And a mystical creature is like, oh my gosh, I need to find the magical girl. Finds this beautiful girl from behind. She's like, this is perfect. This is just what we need. But it turns out the girl is a delinquent. Like, she smokes, and she's got a berserker rage mentality when she's fighting, and nothing what you would expect from a magical girl. And she's even so strong she can take out a level 1 demon on her own with no powers. And he's like, God dang it. I picked the wrong person. That's coming out, so we'll keep an eye out. Do the Googles. Do the Amazons. And it looks good. That's it for today. Like, share. I saw Thor. That was good. Let me know what you guys picked up, what you guys are looking forward to reading the most. We'll have more stuff later. Until next time.